Hi, my name is Quincy.
And my name's Laredo, and we will be telling you the story of Goldilocks
And the 3 bears. Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Goldilocks. She looked good on the outside with her long blonde dreads, but trust me, she was pure evil on the inside. She was naughty and all about herself, and she had her parents wrapped around her little finger.
Now, Goldilocks and her parents lived on the edge of a large, dark forest. Goldilocks' parents only had one rule: not to walk into the forest. So you know what Goldilocks did whenever she had the chance? She took walks throughout the forest. But one time, she got her sense of direction a little mixed up, with no cell reception and no GPS either. After wandering around for a little while, Goldilocks came upon a house. Goldilocks didn't hesitate one moment. She walked right in like she owned the place. Fortunately for Goldilocks, there was nobody in that crib.
At the kitchen table, there were 3 bowls of porridge. Porridge is like 2-week-old oatmeal, and trust me, you have to be starving to eat that. But Goldilocks was hungry, and since there were no McDonald's in the forest, Goldilocks decided to try the porridge from the first bowl.
"This porridge is too hot," she exclaimed. You'd think she'd realize that whoever made that stuff probably just left and would be back any moment, but this is a fairy tale, so the plot doesn't always make much sense.
So she tried the porridge from the second bowl. "This porridge is too cold," she said. So she tried the porridge from the last bowl. "This porridge is just right." She ate the entire bowl.
After eating the porridge, Goldilocks decided to kick back for a bit. She went into the living room and saw 3 chairs. She sat down in the first chair, but it was too big.
So she sat down in the second chair, and it was still too big. So she tried out the last chair.
And it felt just right. A recliner with heat massage would be better, but this'll have to do.
As she began to kick back and relax, the chair seat crashed to the floor. In a fit of rage, she tore the chair up into little pieces. That girl had issues.
By now, Goldilocks was pretty tired. She went upstairs into the bedroom, and you guessed it, she saw 3 beds. She lay down in the first bed, but it felt
Too hard.
so she lay down in the second bed, but it felt
Too soft.
so she lay down in the last bed, and it felt just right. Not as good as her own sleep number bed, but not bad. Goldilocks fell asleep, happily thinking about how worried her parents were probably going to be about her.
As she began to doze off, the 3 bears came home. Papa Bear said, "Someone's been eating my porridge."
"Someone's been eating my porridge too," said Mama Bear.
"Someone's been eating my porridge and ate it all up," cried Baby Bear.
"Someone's been sitting in my chair," growled Papa Bear.
"Someone's been sitting in my chair," said Mama Bear.
"Someone's been sitting in my chair and it's all broken," cried Baby Bear.
Papa Bear grabbed a baseball bat and the 3 bears went upstairs. Papa Bear whispers, "Someone's been sleeping in my bed."
"Someone's been sleeping in my bed too," whispered Mama Bear.
"Someone's sleeping in my bed right now," shouted Baby Bear.
Baby Bear's cry woke up Goldilocks, and when she saw the 3 bears, she jumped out the nearest window and started running. Of course, the bedroom was upstairs, and this is a 2-story house, so it doesn't make much sense, but not much in this fairy tale does.
Papa Bear was unsure how to respond to the burglary. She was just a little girl, but Baby Bear's chair was wrecked, and Mama Bear was scared she would return with more of her friends or family. Suddenly, Papa Bear knew what he had to do. A bear's gotta do what a bear's gotta do. That girl left tracks throughout the forest.
It took Goldilocks all day to find her way home, and once she did, something seemed off. There was yellow crime scene tape along the front entryway, bear prints throughout the carpet, and the furniture was in ruins. Total destruction.
Goldilocks' parents was in the bedroom talking to a police officer. Goldilocks ran into her mother's arm crying, promising never to go in the forest again.
The end.